as you guys know, the format change is really just a walkthrough. So, what do you got?
Can you name the 14 bodies that you were out? Do you have all those committed to memory?
I do not. I actually don't have that list today with me because it was a walkthrough. I usually have it in practice.
Looking at the film from the scrimmage on Saturday, what did you see or what popped out to you?
Well, I thought that same thing that we kind of thought as far as the run game improving. The line played faster, seemed to know what they were doing. Flip side of that, as we've talked about, is we held a number of defensive guys after the first 2 series. With Malcolm and Armand coming out and Drell coming out, so that helped too. But that was good to see. Mark Tyler continues to do well every day. He played well on special teams for us too. One little special teams action that we had. Kel Roby flashed as a returner on special teams. So did Robert Woods. So once again, pretty neat to be talking about true freshmen just from doing this for a while. He gets so used to true freshmen just kind of getting lost at this point in the mix, and they go to scrimmages and they can barely line up right. And we've got some guys that not only are they lining up, but they're doing multiple things within a bunch of different packages for us.
Do you think that's because those particular guys are really advanced, or is it more of like the culture now where there's more training of guys when they're younger and coming up through the ranks?
No, I don't think it's really the culture. I think that it happens at times. I think it takes guys that are really hungry to be really good football players to be able to not just come out here and do well in one-on-ones, but be able to do the stuff those guys have done. Maybe with Nickel and Markeith, our background of having them, in camp last year at Tennessee may have helped. Some of the learning curve. But in the end, a lot of it falls on them. You see the competitive guys that are using every opportunity to learn, to get better. All these walkthroughs end up playing more for us than the other guys that are just kind of floating around as freshmen.
Is Nickel, as much as you knew about him, something of a surprise he is at this point?
No, we really thought he was, it's an example of having him in camp. On film he was a great player, but you never know really until you have him in person. And we had some great receivers, at that camp he was at in Tennessee. Some guys that have gone on to the SEC now, and he was covering everybody, including Markeith, and he was just all over the place. He's really special. We're actually trying to spend time to figure out where we're not going to use him because everyone's fighting for him. He started at nickel corner for us. He's potentially going to be our starting normal corner. He's potentially our starting punt returner. Could be our kickoff returner. And at the same time, we want him to block kicks, so it's going to be hard for him to block the punt and return it both on the same play. So we do have to figure out, and also he's on the inside of kickoff coverage, so we've got to figure out, he can't obviously do all those things. I know he thinks he can, so we've got to figure out where we're going to use him.
He is the starting nickel back right now.
Yeah, and there's nothing saying he wouldn't, if we played it, he wouldn't be the starting corner.
Do you have any reservations about putting a true freshman in that punt return position where obviously you don't want to turn over and it's...
Yeah, it's tough. And they, we had a guy last year that we did it with that fumbled a punt, or they don't. Not only is it the turnover, but a lot of times they don't field it and the ball goes rolling. So it's a concern, but we're gonna play the best guy regardless of their age. That's what we preach. That's what we talk about. And, we'll once again back that up.
Okay. Are you happy, kind of the way Dylan seems to have responded?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with that. And like we talked about that day, he had 2 choices. He could pout around here and, think that he got a bad deal in this, or he could keep working extremely hard. He went down and ran service team for our defense and ran all over him. Was playing quarterback, was doing all kinds of things down there. So hopefully that says a lot about him.